Hi, welcome to property118.com. I'm Mark Alexander and I'm joined today by Jason Howard, who's a property investor and an IFA. I'm actually going to be talking to Jason today about the IFA practice. Tell me, Jason, as a property investor, obviously you're getting a lot of clients coming to you who are also property investors, and that gives you a really good insight from your perspective of being an IFA yourself and an investor about what your clients are going to need. What are they asking for at the moment? What's the biggest topic?
We've seen a real big trend change in the last 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years ago, we were definitely doing a lot more leveraging on portfolio or lending. With the market changing now, we'd say there's two key areas of financial planning, and that would be asset protection and also ensuring legacy protection.
Okay. Can you give us some examples of those? So what's asset protection, for example?
Yeah, asset protection would be, you can take someone like myself, for example. My motivation for buying property has been to, improve the income streams of my family. The reality is, though, I don't want my partner being left in a position whereby the mortgage situation today, loan to values and debt position, meaning that she's in a tough position. So I don't want a forced sale to ensure that the values are made worse for my estate. So effectively, we look to protect that position so the portfolio can be kept in the family.
Yeah, I know it's been a concern of mine, thinking to myself, well, if myself or my spouse were to pass on, that some of the lenders have pulled out the market, they're going to perhaps call the loans back.
Absolutely. The real issue is today that lenders want to get their capital back. So any chance they will ensure that your asset doesn't get full value. Yeah. You can't have that.
So it's not guaranteed anymore that if one partner dies, the mortgage company will just take them off the mortgage and allow the mortgage to continue then?
Definitely not.
Right.
Definitely not.
So would you say that people are using the increased cash flow as a result of interest rates falling to fund the cost of insurance, or how are you actually protecting these assets?
We're teaching people to treat property as a business, and effectively, if you're cash flow positive, why not set it up in a way where part of the income streams for the business is used to protect the business?
Right, excellent. And you also mentioned legacy protection. Can you expand on that?
Yeah, a lot of our clients now will be getting property investors who started investing in the early 90s may now be getting to a time in their life when they're thinking, what are we doing it for? And getting very concerned about the inheritance tax rules from the government. Mm-hmm. Because I don't know if people are aware, but it's only $325,000 per individual. After that stage, you're taxed at 40%. So we are looking at putting plans in place to ensure that, once again, the legacy is passed down through the generations, so it's not lost from one level down. Because we find over the years, the wealthy people, the reason why those families stay wealthy is ensuring that as few taxes as possible need to be paid in the future.
Absolutely. I can completely understand that, because if you've got £1 million property portfolio today, even if it's all matched with debt, 10, 20 years time, property values have gone up, you might have a £2 million portfolio. Absolutely. Debt's still the same, and you don't want to be giving 40% of it to the government. No. So what are the solutions for that? Is it just insurance, or are there other alternatives as well?
Very, very tough one to answer straight away. There's a lot of changes always in legislation. So wherever we can, we work with top legal firms to find trust solutions. Mm-hmm. But also for some people, it might be an insurance solution in trust for the estate. So Mark, it really does depend on the individual circumstances, but all the time we're looking at legislation to improve it for clients.
Yeah, I know you're actually been working with a group, haven't you, Financial Strategies Group recently, and your IFA is a part of that group, and that's been looking and working with top barristers to find a solution that isn't a scheme.
Absolutely right. The one thing we have to be careful about, and why we try and keep this very niche to our client base, is a lot of these solutions actually, if you made too aware to the revenue wouldn't like it too quickly. But we're looking at very, very solid solutions, and some very good news coming out soon from the top barristers in London, actually.
Okay, fantastic. Well, look forward to getting those, and thanks for your time today, Jason. And we'll see you again soon on property118.com. Thanks for joining us.